TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast.
Welcome back to the TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast. I have an interesting episode for you today. We're going to start out with our second magazine review. We're going to get through that, and then I'm going to get weird on you. You ready? Let's go. Okay, so we're going to do our second fantasy football magazine review. This is Lindy Sports Fantasy Football 2019. Lindy.
Put some grease in your garter, Lindy.
It's $8.99. It's kind of thin, but let's see what kind of information they have inside. Advertisements, content, immediately. Here we go. Looks like a bunch of stuff. Discussion, strategy, mock draft. Okay, well, let's see what we got. Carl Malone talking about the NRA on page 2. There you go. That's what I want to see in my fantasy football book. Wayne LaPierre. Okay. Fantasy football reports. Here we go. Okay. Looks pretty standard. 10 burning questions. Mahomes. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. That's great. Let's keep going. Wax. Let's do wax. Let's give it a ball. We're still talking about that. QB quandary, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Quarterbacks. We're going to talk about quarterbacks here. We'll talk about gambling here. Mock draft. Who cares? Goofballs. And they're goofy picks. Okay. Yeah. There's Sunday Night Football schedule. Draft checklist. Okay. Quarterbacks, wide receiver. Okay. Looks pretty standard so far. QB tiers, interesting. Running back, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The power grid. This is interesting. Goes through all the teams, and it gives you the whole offense and where they rank everybody in the offense. So, okay. Cute little thing. Here's a draft kit you can put on your wall. The grading system that they're going to use to talk about all these guys, and here they are. They give you a few years. Not bad. See, they give luck last 3 years. This is their grading. This is their grading system. I'm not going to get into that. This is how they performed in terms of versus the averages, and and then they give you the rankings. Meh. Okay, it's rankings. Everybody does rankings. They don't put the rookies in here. They don't rank the rookies. You can rank them yourself, which I'd like to see where they put them. But and then they give you a little thing about what they've done and all that crap and who they think's going to be good. More gambling. Gambling. 2019 projections. They have no clue. It's all made up. This is interesting. Offensive lines of all 32 teams. This is something I would read into before I started doing my own rankings, especially running backs. Interesting part, rookie offensive lineman. That's not as interesting. Running backs, same deal. Here's how they're doing. Here's more Lindy stuff. More running backs. That guy was good in the playoffs. That guy and rookie running backs, blah, blah, blah. Projections. Okay, that's all made up. Offensive schemes. Okay, we'll read on that. But there's something more important coming than offensive schemes that'll I'll get into. Same thing. Here's the wide receiver rankings. All these magazines are the same shit. It's the other little things that they have, like having more years, having any years, and then a few of them that make the magazine better, in my opinion. Yeah, okay. That guy might be good. That guy, I don't know what that guy is. There's more. Projections, all made up. It's a company they keep. Yeah, we went over this. That was a couple pages back. There's Reed saying the same shit. Tight ends. Kickers. Rookie prospectus. Okay, all the rookies, what they think. The draft, team by team. The schedule. Here you go. See, that first year head coach, 5th year as head coach. I like to see the continuity of the coaches, especially the offensive coordinators. so that you can understand that, okay, this is what the average of what this guy did. This guy gets 1,100 yards and 80 catches, just making it up. And that's what he does on average for the last 5 years since this guy's been there. So on average, this guy, I mean, it's basic. On average, this guy should, barring injury, he should do the same thing. And then you rank them accordingly. It ain't rocket science. It's fucking football. Fantasy football. I love it. Yeah, and then they give you a little thing over here. Okay. That's, they give you a little cute little stat. They know fantasy football guys love stats. Individual fantasy scoring. Yeah, okay. Wide receiver, tight end, individual fantasy scoring. Kickers. Defense. Shop vac. We're number one. That's the magazine. Not bad. I kind of like the other one a little better. This is a little thin, but they do have good information in here that for the money you're spending, it's only $8.99. It's worth it. Give you a couple of years. They give you the guys. I don't mind it. Not bad. I'll give it a thumbs up. Not as good as the other one. I think the other one's a little better, but this is pretty good. So as somebody who puts content on YouTube, not only do I do that, I like to watch it a lot too, because the regular TV it's stale, it's boring. The only thing that's out there is the news, and that has an agenda behind it. And so, at least on YouTube, you can watch what you want to watch. For the most part, I understand that the censorship, I'm not for it. What's going on now? I'm not monetized or anything, so it doesn't bother me in my pocket what I say if they do anything. So, but I fell down. I fall down rabbit holes once in a while, and I fell down a very interesting one. And I'm going to go over some of the things right now, and I'm going to end it with another piece on YouTube that you can go see. But let's get into what I was looking at. So I start from the premise that the world itself is fucked. The people are fucked up. Everything going on is wrong. Now you can think the total opposite. Everything's great. And if you do, I mean, good luck in fantasy land, because it's going to take a massive catastrophic wake-up call that happens directly, specifically to you, to wake you up and say, hey, what the fuck is going on? And, I mean, just look around. You see it every day in the news and all that crap. But fundamentally, the problem is good versus evil, a spiritual battle that is happening basically within everybody. You go back and look at history, text, religious text, self-help text. They always talk about the internal struggle. It's good versus evil inside you. And that's part of what I got into this week. And I spent hours on this. I'm going to put 3 links in the description. There's going to be beginner, medium, and hard. The beginner's like 10 minutes long. I think the medium's 20, the medium's an hour, and the hard one is like 3 hours long. So it got into a lot of that, and I was watching. I was like, what they're talking about is right, but how is this? How are these things? How do they manifest? How do people become so evil that they have no problem doing these bad things? They talk about that, and they talk about the people and the Satanists and all that crap. And when it comes down to good and evil, that's what you're talking about. You're talking about basically love versus hate, which love and all the things that come down from it, compassion, empathy, all the good spiritual parts, and evil, which is hate, which is on all the malice and fucked up things that come out of that. And they get into that too. And I was just I watched this for fucking hours, and it was interesting. Now I'm going to get into who you got to look for. There's this guy, David Icke, I think it is. If you've never heard of him, go look him up. He does all these things, and he talks about all this stuff. I'm telling you, I get caught up in this so much. But it's really interesting. Now, I'm not saying I believe everything that's in there, But what I'm saying is, if you open up your mind a little bit and watch some of this stuff, you really kind of get a little broader understanding of what's going on in the world and why everything's so fucked up and why you should, not give in to these, I'm going to go bash that guy over the head because he said there's only two genders, that kind of thing. That's the basis of it. But I'm gonna put his videos in the link in the description. But to give you a jumping off point of what I'm talking about, I'm going to play this video, only a minute of it. But that's the jumping off point. Watch this video, watch the minute of it. And if you want to go, you can start your voyage from the links below. They start off easy, medium, and hard. That's it for the show. Here's the minute-long thing. We're going to get into offenses, rushing offenses, and passing offenses next. So I'll see you soon. And don't forget, please like the videos if you actually like the videos. Sharing, that moves the ball down the field even more. And you got to subscribe. If you like the videos, please subscribe. Really helps us out. And from here on out, it just gets weirder. Hey, thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow TalkManRadio on Facebook and Twitter, and kill that like button and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, everyone's team sucks but mine.